I'm actually excited because this is the very first semester for the Silver School of Social Work here in Buenos Aires. And the structure of the program is actually in some ways similar to what you would do in New York and in some ways vastly different.
The thing that I particularly feel is meaningful about the social work program is the fact of a United States private university having this kind of presence here. The undergrads do have volunteer community service programs, but this is especially enhanced in a master's level program.
One of the reasons I wanted to come to BA was just to take advantage of everything that NYU Silver had to offer. During orientation, they announced it, and part of me just got really excited and just thought that it would be a great opportunity to come and learn to see what social work is in a global perspective.
I'm excited to see what the differences and similarities between social work in the States and social work in Argentina.
Students will be able to take all the required courses while they're here, some of them being taught by local faculty, so they'll get the chance to really learn from local social workers, local psychologists, local researchers, which is really exciting. In addition, they'll have their field placements. And the field placements are going to be a variety of agencies. And so I'm really excited at the diversity of placements they're going to have everywhere from Rivadavia Hospital, which is one of the oldest and largest public hospitals in Buenos Aires, to Sembrando Creatividad, a program working with children in vulnerable communities, poverty-impacted communities, using art as a therapeutic tool.
¿Qué son las emociones?
Que como alegría, tristeza, furia, temor,
Sembrando Creatividad es un programa de arte comunitario donde trabajamos el desarrollo integral de los chicos a través del arte. Antes este lugar estaba totalmente abandonado y la Secretaría de Hábitat lo que hizo fue transformar el lugar. Los chicos de NYU van a venir a participar de los talleres donde nos van a dar una mano asistiendo a los chicos. Viene muy bien que hayan voluntarios que puedan sostener situaciones, ¿no? Manejar distintas situaciones con los chicos.
Buenos Aires is a capital city in Argentina, which is one of the perhaps more unique and particular nations in Latin America.
It has sometimes systems in place that are very progressive and advanced, and has also the struggles of other developing countries or Latin America.
Soy el director ejecutivo de Fundación Zambrano. Nuestra organización provee asistencia oftalmológica. El programa que vamos a hacer con la Universidad de Nueva York es incorporar interns al servicio social nuestro, que está formado por 2 profesionales, y vamos a trabajar en la evaluación de los programas de asistencia a niños en edad escolar y también en el conocimiento o en el día a día de nuestra administración de los pacientes que necesitan cirugía y que no cuentan con los recursos para acceder a ella.
I will be the fieldwork instructor. We are going to work in the same way I used to work in the United States. Like we are going to have meetings, we are going to discuss cases and how they are working. This is going to involve also process recording, all kind of resources that we have been using also there in the United States.
This is a place where a social worker can get a lot of brain food and can also make a lot of worthy impact.
We're here to learn what social work is here and how it's defined and how it's seen. I know that we come with our own perspectives as to what social work is in the U.S., but at the same time, I feel like this is a challenging opportunity where I can grow and see it in that sense.
Within our cohort that we're here, we've made it clear that we're each other's support system, we're our family. As well as here in this campus, the professors are here for us.
The student life staff is dedicated to everything from the most delightfully fun things to the more serious and perhaps urgent needs. We have staff that is trained in terms of touristic things that students like, the kind of policy that one might come up against if you're traveling between Argentina and Chile or Uruguay.
I think the staff and administration is very welcoming, so I'm glad to have that.
So this is the same group that was in New York, but now we are in Buenos Aires. That changed our social location radically.
Why is Argentina such a unique opportunity? Because of its complexity, and that's related to everything. For example, around Latin American social movements is very strong, around feminism, for example.
Mariposa, mariposa, qué lindo es verte volar. Mariposa, mariposa, qué lindo es verte volar.
Today was a completely different experience from what I've had so far in Buenos Aires. We're here with las mariposas.
Todo se inició haciendo reuniones y pensando qué queríamos hacer en este barrio. Así fueron surgiendo los proyectos, siempre pensando en el tema del empoderamiento de las mujeres y que todas las mujeres, por solo el hecho de ser mujeres, en una amplia definición de violencia de género, somos víctimas de violencia.
They really have a sense of community. Definitely a lot more diversity from what I've experienced so far in the capital. You see more of working people here. We did the whole mate experience, which was wonderful. We will be hopefully participating with them soon, doing a mural for the community and painting alongside with them. It's great to be here. I mean, it's a change. I'm a Latina. I'm not, I'm not your typical looking Latina, I guess, compared to here. So culturally, it's a little bit challenging or different, but it's just part of the learning process. I wanted to come to Buenos Aires because I feel that I needed to develop more of my skills in speaking Spanish, and the best way to really improve that was to immerse myself into a Spanish-speaking community.
For students who don't speak Spanish, they're going to have the opportunity to take a Spanish course, and they'll be able to learn Spanish that's really focused on social work language.
I'm the teacher of beginner's level, and we try to teach Spanish in a communicative context, but always focus on social work, lexicon and vocabulary. For beginners, so if you don't speak Spanish, you don't have to worry about that because we're going to start from the very beginning.
I think is going to be extremely helpful when they go back to the United States and are working with a Latino population.
In politics, we have a country that has had dictatorships and now has a democracy. Around economy, had very strong socialism and now has more neocapitalism.
Hace 39 que empezó una dictadura cívico-militar religiosa y después las madres, a medida que se implementaba el sistema de represión de la desaparición forzada de personas, entonces todas nos fueron llevando a nuestros familiares, hijos e hijas, y empezamos a juntarnos para denunciar. Vinimos a esta plaza que es el ombligo del país.
Coming from the U.S. And my family's being Latino, yes, we face difficulties and prejudices in the U.S. And I think coming with that perspective, that we're marginalized in the U.S. a little bit, I think will help me have a background of people who are immigrants in Buenos Aires who are marginalized as well. There's not that much color spectrum in Buenos Aires.
I'm really excited. I mean, I love the culture. One of my favorite writers was born here, one of my favorite revolutionaries too. So I think it's really important to kind of be immersed in that culture. My mom and I immigrated from Guatemala to California in 1986, and it took forever to get my green card, and I was accepted to Silver 2 years prior to me attending. And I just really told myself that once I was able to cross those doors at One Washington North, that any opportunity that could come my way, I was going to take advantage of it because I was just like on hold.
I really do hope that students begin to welcome the idea of coming to a place that's this far away. I truly think the riches are untold, and the value is enormous for you personally as master's degree students to come down and have this experience.
The other thing to keep in mind is also Argentina has a beautiful infrastructure for tourism, well known internationally, and great cultural events. So you get exposure to the language, to social issues, and then a great place to be, learn, and enjoy yourself.
It's a cosmopolitan city, so there's some level that'll be familiar to New York, but in some ways you're also challenging yourself and being in a different context and a different culture, which I think will be really important for our students.
Hola, Buenos Aires!